This Passat is actually a totally run-of-the-mill Passat variant, but then again, somehow it isn't. There are a couple of subtle exterior styling changes, which nevertheless are of decisive importance. The front bumper with the C-shaped LED daytime running lights and the blue decorative strips tell you that this is actually a Passat GTE on the move. GTE, this stands for a plug-in hybrid motor at VW. A combined system output of 218 horsepower propels the Passat forwards. This consists of a 1.4-liter petrol engine with 156 horsepower and an electric motor quoted as pushing out 115 horsepower. The two combine to deliver an impressive 400 Newton moments of torque. The GTE is also going to delight customers by having everything they've grown to love about the diesel or petrol Passats, maybe apart from the fact that you can hardly hear the engine. In the Passat GTE, I can drive on electric power alone for 50 kilometers. That's a bigger operating radius than most customers need in a day. So that means they'll be driving almost completely emission-free. Combined with the economical TSI motor, I've got a range of over 1,100 kilometers. That represents a trip from Paris to Amsterdam and back, for example, and with a sporting 218 horsepower. In urban traffic, the Passat GTE is in fact on the move silently the whole time. And even when the driver briefly puts his foot down, the petrol engine rarely kicks in. The powerful electric motor also manages short sprints through the traffic lights on its own, even when the GTE is traversing the urban jungle fully loaded. The Passat GTE also has an impressive array of standard equipment. This includes the blue design elements also featured in the cabin. These have now become a distinguishing feature of all electro and plug-in hybrid models developed by Volkswagen. Apart from this, LED headlights, fatigue detection, multi-collision braking, front assist, city emergency braking, park pilot, and rain sensors are fitted as standard. The standard infotainment system has also been reworked and adapted to suit the special needs of the plug-in hybrid drivetrain. You can charge up the Passat GTE from a standard electrical socket, of course, to maximize the range on electric power. However, VW are working on completely new concepts for providing electrical power to electric and plug-in hybrid cars, and also on ways to eliminate that annoying search for a parking space.
VCharge ist ein automatisierter Parkservice.
VCharge is a fully automated parking service. The idea is that when the customer gets to the airport, for example, he can get out of the car directly in the handover zone, shut the doors, and using his smartphone app, he can send the car off in search of a parking space at the push of a button. And then he can set off for the airport building. This gives him maximum convenience and also saves a great deal of time. The whole thing works with the aid of sensors which we've installed in the car, which on the one hand can control the position of the car in the multi-story car park, while on the other hand they detect other road users. This means you won't have to close off the parking area for automatic cars. You can actually have so-called mixed traffic. So we will also have normal drivers and pedestrians in the car park. Not only can VCharge send the car to a parking space, in the case of an electric car, it can also send it to a charging station. This enables the car to position itself precisely above the induction charging plate, and charging then can begin. When the car is fully charged, it's transferred automatically to its parking space, leaving the charging station free for other vehicles to use. This enables very efficient use of the charging infrastructure. Like we said to start with, the Passat GTE is a totally run-of-the-mill Passat. It has everything which has made the Passat one of the most successful cars in its segment. Just add being able to drive silently using the electric motor and it's not entirely without reason that it's called a GTE, because when the petrol engine and the electric motor work in tandem, it reveals a previously undiscovered sporting character. The technical specifications such as 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 7.4 seconds and a top speed of 225 kilometers per hour fall way short of describing how much fun this car is to drive.